position as the red Protoss from Team Evil Geniuses give it up. His life is on the line for HuK.
And up in the top left corner, if you don't succeed, mine again. Will he do it a third game, Marcus? It is innovation.
Will he? And I think yes. I think yes. I think that it works. Again, I think that even if you can't get that Widow Mine drop, even if you don't get that free, oh my gosh, look at how awesome it is when 9 probes die, you know, harassment, again, I still feel like using it to control space.
Yeah.
We saw it used by Innovation to actually trap 2 Stalkers, so he knew he was going to chase the Stalkers away. But of course, HuK actually defended that by blinking away.
Yeah, I mean, the big reason mines are great, it's pretty subtle why they're good. It forces the opponent to build Stalkers. We were talking about the fact that Stalkers mess with your resources. If you're building Zealots, you have a lot of gas left over to do tech. If you're building Sentries, you have a lot of minerals left over to build gateways or expansions. If you build Stalkers, you basically cannot build more gateways, cannot build more tech, you just have the Stalkers. So suddenly, we're seeing that the reason HuK's falling behind is that in the later game, he's low on Colossus, low on upgrades, low on all the things other than Stalkers.
And you know what? We're not going to see mines right away, at least, because that CC did go down first, but HuK actually went right past it. He sees the barracks go down and knows, oh, okay, I must have missed it. There he goes. He confirms it. So the quick command center is down for HuK.
Oh, is he going to chrono boost his first Zealot? Oh, you can actually chrono boost out 2 Zealots if you do this proper, but I mean, Innovation didn't wall in.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Really
this
bad
could
news.
Be punishment, huh?
I mean, HuK's already doing his classic probe harass. Been doing this since the beta of Wings of Liberty. Zaps down until the shields are gone, and then retreats until the shields are up, and then zaps again.
And it works. Time and time again, he's continued to utilize that through his entire career. And there it is, a chrono boost. Actually, the Stalker's going to come out, so HuK immediately sends that Zealot over. Now, by the time it does get out, there should be a Marine. A second Rax was thrown down behind this. Not unusual. It's about halfway down. That first Marine is coming out. So, let's take a look at this. HuK, obviously, okay, there was no barracks thrown down. It was CC first. Can I try to take advantage of this situation? Sean, is he in a position where you feel like he can? Wow.
I mean, definitely. I mean, Marine 1 has just popped up, and Zealot 1 is almost at the front gates. You will be able to kill off that SCV building the bunker. This is why you wall off with those 2 barracks, so that way you don't have these vulnerabilities. And there goes down 1 SCV, and it looks like HuK will be pulling back. Innovation has kind of a tricky defense. He's running around in circles. He may very well lose another SCV.
But the Stalker comes in the back. If he can keep this bunker from going up, and it's not going to happen as the Zealot falls. The bunker completes, and unfortunately, the harassment is over. What was the results of that? 3 SCVs were killed, but there were about a total of 5 SCVs that were doing that dance, Sean, so there was certainly some mine time loss.
I actually certainly feel as though HuK is at an edge right now, especially if he keeps chrono boosting out his probes. We've seen HuK a little bit light on the chrono boosting efforts throughout these games. But in this position, Innovation has not yet started his gas geysers. They're both going to go down right now. HuK actually has a lot of freedom to do as he pleases, and it looks like, is he going to go for gateway pressure? He's gotten a single extra gateway. Huh.
And there, nope, there it is. There's 2 more going down.
I like this.
Yeah, sitting right outside. I mean, if you take a look at Innovation, he's added on a 3rd Rax. He's continued to pump out Marines, and there another bunker is going to go down, knowing that I could be in a situation where my opponent could try to get a little cheeky with me. And I think this sets him up to at least be able to defend something that could be coming up here. The probe is coming out. There's a pylon going down.
Well, looks like HuK's now transferring to his expansion. This is going to be a tough defense for Innovation. To be quite honest, Marcus, it's going to be just Marines. One of the key formations that we don't talk about in a lot of maps, but is still big. Distance from your natural expansion workers to the bunkers. If that distance is big, it's hard for them to get up there and repair in time. HuK needs to not lose these Stalkers. HuK!
Again, a situation you think he could have just gone out of there. Meanwhile, he is warping in quite a few units down here. Now, he has brought all these Marines out of the bunker.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's...
He's baiting.
He's
It's
going
a
to get force
bait.
fielded. He's going to get force fielded.
It's a bait.
Oh,
it was a
no.
good one.
Will he? Oh!
Nice job.
Oh,
the force
my
fields
God.
are perfect. The SCV's coming out, but they're not going to have much to defend against. There's 3 Marines now, a total of 5 in those bunkers. Going to throw down another one, but he's still going in for this.
Oh, no.
He's going to maximize his damage.
SCV's at the front lines. HuK, he doesn't even care about the bunkers. 10 SCVs killed off right now. 11, 12, 13, 14 killed off. Oh, my God. Innovation is in a bad territory right now.
I mean, he put a worm on that HuK, Sean, and he dangled it into the water, and that little bobber went underwater, and he just immediately yanked it out. Innovation, you said it was going to be tough, but I don't think Innovation was expecting to get baited like that at all. He lost quite a few Marines and all of that. Behind that, with the factory and the starport going up, but this pressure continues.
I still feel like HuK needs to pull back and just chill. I mean,
Yeah.
when your 5 gate gets spotted, you're originally planning on doing the attack around the 8-minute mark. Now it's 9 minutes. HuK did a great job seizing the opportunity, but it's been seized. Just go home. Now he's running the risk of just losing a ton of units. There's still no tech developed back home. So this is an odd position that HuK has put himself in.
I mean, on the flip side, Innovation is like constantly keeping these SCVs up front to make sure that this attack isn't going to come. And I mean, it is. There are so many Zealots. There's about 4 sentries down there. It's just these weak Stalkers that are kind of the face of HuK right now, and that's all Innovation really knows about. You see him continuing to try to peek out here, really try to get a read on what's going on, and there it is. He's going to go and move back. Is it going to be another bait? Attempt to be.
That was a really risky move from Innovation to try to pull that off. And uh-oh, here it comes. Not good timing from HuK, but the unit count is real big right now. SCV's glitching the front. HuK has so many units, though. I'm not sure if HuK can break through. Not a good engagement for HuK at all.
Oh, and that means the chase is going to come on. Now, a lot of these Marines did go ahead and stim, so they are very, very low. The Guardian Shield is popped, but isn't going to be enough. He turns around. There's some Stalkers coming from the back from the pylon that was put down, and HuK is going to be chased away, but these Stalkers from the back might do some damage. He's going to try to sandwich him.
Can he pull this off?
I think he will.
This is a close call right now. HuK trying to pull Innovation every which way, but Innovation just going to the weaker side, continuing to use that extra speed boosted medevac to get out of there, and he's going to pick up, pull up, go home. What an exchange. Is anyone even ahead or behind after that? Look at Innovation's expansion. He has no workers there.
No workers.
Look at that.
There's 4 Marines inside the bunker, so the majority of his army is in these 2 medevacs right here. And Innovation picked up, thought maybe this would be an opportunity to go into the main base and drop, but in fact that is not the case. The pylon at the front of Innovation's base is getting cleaned up here, but you know, it's funny because you've been saying, HuK, go back, you know, like chill for a little bit, like take the defensive posture. And what Innovation just did, forced HuK into that, which might be exactly what he needs right now.
So because HuK likes giving me a clear example to work with, we've been talking about Stalkers hurting your ability to tech. Look back in HuK's base. No Colossus tech, no Forge, no Twilight Council. Chrono boosting out Immortals so that he has some muscle to deal with this Marauder Marine composition. He's not in a terrible spot, though. He does have a lot of probes and a lot of units, but right now it looks like a shove is coming up at the front side. HuK, though, does need to tech. He needs to start putting units back in his gas. He only has 2 in one of his geysers at his expansion, and now Innovation's looking for some opportunity to bust on in.
Yeah, and I mean, look at what we have on the front here for HuK. He's going to crush this little tiny group. But it's like, haha, it's the medevacs that are coming into the back. But there are 5 Stalkers here. Now, if they can actually target down a medevac, which they're not, that's okay. But the units weren't dropped off inside the base, and that was enough. I can't even believe that Innovation is moving that forward army up the ramp, but he immediately said, okay, that was a bad idea, and is out of there.
Yeah, Twilight Forge has to be the checkpoint, or the transition choice for right now. I mean, why is that? Colossus can only be built 1 at a time if you have 1 robo facility. If you have a lot of gateways, you can warp out a lot of Templar at a time and make use of that Twilight Council set of units. So HuK, very smart for transitioning into that, but still very, very, very behind. He's going to have to probably go Blink first, because look at this hellish formation behind HuK's 3rd base. Behind the 3rd, medevacs can just chill and bounce to the 3rd, bounce to the main. The distance between ground of those 2 bases, tiny. Or, excuse me, huge.
Huge.
Distance by air is tiny, so then Blink and drops can exploit that.
And yeah, that space is really, really scary and can be used and abused by Terrence in magnificent fashion.
Look at this though. HuK is going for charge. This is a little bit of a difficult spot to work with. You just have to have preemptive, nice positioning.
And you also have to make sure that you're obviously not going to be hurting yourself with your force fields, but another pylon is cleared out. Observer now moving around, trying to get a track on this army. He has an idea that is moving out. He saw it move from his main base. I don't know, does HuK have vision of this third base? He does not, despite the fact that there is Observer right over the natural of innovation.
Well, HuK is doing something that's risky but still very smart. He's poaching forward with his slow units, the Zealot, Sentry, Immortals. He wants to try to shove the Medivacs back and back and back so that way he can know where he needs to put his Stalkers. Right now, it looks like Innovation's just trying to do a straight drill at the front.
Oh, and the Mothership Core almost getting targeted down in a single fire from the Vikings. And HuK not wanting to commit to this one quite yet. He throws up that Guardian Shield, anticipating a battle, but he's waiting for charge to finish up, and it is done. Does he make the move right now? His opponent does not know that he's got charge, and here he goes up the ramp. No, still does not.
Oh, HuK's in a nice position. He doesn't have Blink, and I mean, it looks like it's just going to be a straight retreat. There's going to be a stim and run. Some nice kiting by Innovation. HuK will be forced to pull back.
And a couple of Zealots do indeed die. Now let's take a look. The third base, it is up.
Oh.
And it's looking good. Oh, the Vikings in the back. Hey, you don't have Colossus, but that's cool. I'll go try to do some damage. I don't think they got a whole lot of workers killed. In fact, they did not. But again, he built them anticipating the Colossus and still found a way to use them later on. Now DT heading on out. Oh.
He's getting a little bit glitched. HuK's going to have to work his way around, but he's going to be going straight into the main. HuK looks like he has not yet seen the third base.
No, he hasn't. I say he's got this Observer right here, but he's not floated over and actually seen if it was in there. That DT is making its way in.
Oh my God, Innovation just spent all of his energy on Mules.
There is only 2 points of energy remaining on the main CC in order to have a scan, but he's going to have to reposition his entire army. He's only going to have 1 scan available.
Oh my God. Oh, Innovation has not yet moved SCVs in the main. Oh, this is bad news for Innovation. Innovation is going to lose a lot of workers, and look at HuK.
Oh
44 workers killed off by HuK this game.
Right before this attack happened, I looked to see how many workers he got early on, and it was 27. So he's almost doubling that kill here, or momentarily will be, and now he's moving in with his army. He might be able to smash these two together. The DT's still holding off one side. He's moving forward, and he's going for it.
Uh-oh. This is a tough engagement for HuK. He's throwing down force fields. He's trying to isolate. This is still a dangerous angle for HuK. I mean, the Dark Templar still in the main base. Can HuK micro his way to a win here? He's going to have to pull back fast.
He's going to keep throwing down these force fields as best as he can. He sent a few Zealots over to do some damage to that third as well. And there are not that many SCVs remaining, but the forces for HuK are depleting. SCVs run away from that third, but the army of Innovation will thwart this and send it back home. Now, during this, HuK gets his third up, but how many SCVs were left? 59 have been killed by HuK.
But HuK needs some huge unit fast. I mean, he doesn't have High Templar. He doesn't have Colossus. He did kill off one of the engineering base, but Innovation knows that he has to do one big counter swing now, but I honestly think it's just going to work.
I think it's going to work too. Yeah, I mean, this is a delay. What does he do? He doesn't have sentries to be able to throw down. His money right now is not looking so great. He puts together that Archon. DTs are still doing some damage here because there's no scans, but this is kind of scary. He cancels one of the Archons, gets more DTs out there. There's the scan. The DTs go down, but again, is it enough? No.
Oh man, HuK is really low on supply, but he doesn't get the Immortal out. Oh, Innovation. Innovation's looking pretty good, but has to win with this attack to be able to win.
And I mean, I do think he's going to. We had 3 more DTs warping in. We've got another DT coming in up on the high ground, I believe, but that Nexus goes down, and now the probes are falling. I mean, the money right now just not looking so great. There's no way he's going to be able to put something together to be able to beat this. I'm afraid this could be the end.
There's no more scan available, though, so HuK does have the opportunity to deal some damage with those DTs. There's a good game. Innovation 3-0 HuK.